Is uni full of cute guys since it's LA, lol? Yes, definitely. What are some of the things you don't like about UCLA? That is a good question. T, do you regret your decision? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Benicia. Guys, we hit 6K, which I'm so excited. I'm so happy about that. If you are new, I would really appreciate if you just subscribe real quick, just because it really supports this channel and me. So anyways, guys, my DMs have been flooded with your guys' questions just about UCLA and college in general. It's seriously like the only DMs I'm getting right now.
You know, and they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
But I just want to take the time to make a quick video addressing some of the questions. So I'm going to try to get through as many questions as possible. I apologize if I don't get to yours, but luckily I am making another version of this video with my best friends, Jocelyn, Hadra, and Rimsha. We all go to different schools, so it'll be really cool to see our differing experiences. So keep leaving questions in the comments, and also follow me on Instagram because that's where I got a majority of these questions, and your question could be featured next time. And I also post a lot of behind the scenes footage of UCLA and just my life in general. And hit that notification bell down below to be notified whenever I upload. So I want to get through as many questions as possible, so let's go ahead and get into it. If I'm looking over, it's because I have a screen where I have your guys' questions. But anyways, are your classes hard and how many are you taking? So I am currently taking 3 classes this quarter. So yeah, and as far as are they hard, yes and no. One of my major classes is kind of difficult. It's the one that I was studying for so long in my last week in my life video. If you guys haven't watched it, make sure you go watch it. But I explained how the midterm went in that video, and spoiler alert, it was not. Luckily, the curve did save me, so bless the curve. How do you manage college and still keep up with YouTube? By the way, still loving your videos. Aw, thank you. Honestly, your guys' support is exactly what makes me want to keep on going. Whenever you guys tell me that you guys actually like my videos and find them helpful, that just pushes me to make even more content for you guys. That's how I get the motivational aspect of that. And as far as time management, I feel like the biggest thing for me is just planning out my week and making sure I incorporate YouTube into that. But yeah, I'm just loving YouTube so much, and my whole channel focus right now is to help you guys with questions that I once had. But yeah, I'm glad you're loving my videos. I really appreciate it. What are you majoring in? So I get this question so much. As of right now, I'm kind of in between majors. So let me tell you guys my dilemma real quick. I'm currently really interested in like marketing, especially social media marketing, but unfortunately UCLA does not offer a marketing degree. So you can't major in marketing, you can only major in like business econ. And as much as I would love to do that, there's a lot of math, and that's not really what I'm interested in. Don't take my word on this, but I feel like it's more of a accounting type of thing. So right now I'm actually taking a lot of anthro classes, which is the study of like humans in general. So if I could have some sort of way to combine my interest for anthro and how humans kind of function in their social groups, how social groups are even formed, how society is formed in general, and using that information and those skills I've learned to then market to those individuals. I mean, that would be the ultimate goal, but for now I'm still trying to figure everything out, but hopefully I'll figure it out soon. Do you eat strictly at the dining hall, or do you also buy groceries? So as far as groceries, I do not buy groceries just because I have a meal plan here. So if you live on the hill, which is the dorms here, you have a meal plan. It's a swipe system, so you can swipe to get food. The amount of times you get to swipe and get food is dependent on how many meals you have for that week or whatever meal plan you have. The amount of food I have in my meal plan is perfect for me, so I really don't have to buy groceries and cook for myself, which is nice. I also don't have a kitchen in here, so that would be kind of a struggle, but when I do eventually move into an apartment, that is something I will have to do. So to answer your question, my main source of food right now is UCLA dining, which is stellar, by the way. And other than a few snacks, I really don't buy groceries. Is UCLA haunted? I don't know. I mean, I hope not. There was this one week where we had an energy saving week in all of the dorms, where in the hallway we would turn off the lights at a certain time. It was scary because like the hallway is super long, and since the lights were off, you couldn't see the very end of it, and I don't know, something about that was just really creepy. We have this big group chat with everyone from my floor, and we just texted the RAs like, hey, can we like turn on maybe just one light? Because it was starting to get a little creepy. But as far as your question of is UCLA haunted, I haven't had experience with that, but I mean, I hope not. What is mentally the hardest part about college? That is a really good question. I feel like it depends on the individual. I'm completely speaking for myself when I say this, but I feel like I give myself a lot of pressure. Again, speaking for myself, I feel like, especially as an immigrant, I feel like I have this duty Okay, that makes it sound really dramatic, but I feel like I have this like duty to my parents. I feel like I owe my parents something. Not in a bad way where like, oh, they're demanding something from me. It's more so like they've given me so much that I really want to repay them back. But again, that just builds a lot of pressure on me to always be on top of my shit. And I always have this goal of getting everything done before I sleep. So if somehow something comes up and I can't finish one thing that I had planned out for that day, I start stressing out like, oh my god, I'm so behind. Also, it's so hard not to compare yourself to other people, especially in college, I feel like, because some of these students, man, they're so talented, but you have to realize like you're here too, so you're talented as well. You know, everyone's good at different things. Maybe I'm doing something that they can't, you know? So I feel like definitely a mixture of comparing yourself, just pressure in general, is mentally the hardest part about college. Is it hard balancing life in college? Yes and no. It honestly depends on the day, it depends on the week. Some days, rarely, I have a pretty free day and I try to FaceTime my friends, FaceTime my family, just keep them up to date on what's happening, and I want to stay up to date on what's happening in their lives. At first, when I moved here, I felt like I was missing out on really important parts of my family and friends' lives. Like for example, if you're here and it's your mom's birthday, you can't go back home because you have a midterm or whatever. It feels like you're missing out because you are, you know? But I mean, you can't blame yourself for that. You can't control the fact that you have a midterm on the same day as your like mom's birthday or whatever. I'm sorry about my voice, guys. I sound like a man. I feel like I might be getting sick. Knock on wood. Hopefully I don't get sick. Okay, moving on. What was your GPA graduating high school? Okay, it's not a college question, but still. So if you guys have not watched my video of how to get into UCLA, you need to watch it, because if you are trying to apply there, I feel like I put in a lot of tips. Anyways, I think in that video I said my GPA. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think my GPA when I was applying here was a 4.71 or 2 or something like that. It was in the range of like 4.6 to like 4.75. But obviously your GPA is dependent on how many AP classes you're taking and how many classes in total you're taking, because that's what divides the GPA. So my junior year, I was taking 5 AP classes and 7 classes in total, so that divided it. But say I was taking 5 AP classes and those were the only classes I was taking, my GPA would have been, oh my god, so high. As far as my GPA, it was from 4.6 to 4.75 range. How to get into UC Davis? I can't really answer that right now just for time's sake, but I'll save this question for my next Q&A, because Hadra, who I'm gonna do the Q&A with, goes to UC Davis, so she can probably speak more on that. What is one lesson you learned so far that you know you will treasure in college? I feel like one of the biggest lessons I've learned in college is how to be independent. I've always considered myself a pretty independent person. I really don't like to rely on others, but I feel like in college especially, I've learned how to be really comfortable with myself. I feel like I've learned so much about myself. In college, you have so much independence, and how you structure out your time is what can make or break you. Not to scare you guys, I don't know how to explain it, but I guess I just really learned how to value my time. I value my time so heavily now because I realize I can get a lot of stuff done. So I'm not gonna put my time into things or people that don't matter. So I guess the overall lesson I've learned is that independence is key. You have to be comfortable just being by yourself, and just overall I've just learned so much about myself. Is uni full of cute guys since it's LA? LOL. Yes, definitely. There are beautiful people here everywhere, and you're right, I feel like especially because it's LA, for some reason everyone's just like 10 times more attractive. But yeah, yes, there are beautiful people everywhere. How are the classes and professors? So some GEs I've taken, my professors have been so chill. One of my professors has like short purple hair, is a huge activist. Some of my others are like really formal. It just depends. Overall, I've really liked the professors and classes I've had. The only frustrating things I would say is probably depending on the class size, it's kind of hard to get to know your professor, just because if there's 300 other students in the room, it's gonna be hard to get to know your professor. Another thing I kind of struggled with was like the grading, because your grade is usually based off of 2 tests, which is like your midterm and your final. So I'm pretty sure you guys get the point. If you fail one test, your odds of passing class are substantially lowered. What are some of the things you don't like about UCLA? That is a good question. I'm just gonna say one thing. 99.9% of the people I've met here are so amazing, so welcoming, just overall great people. But I've also come to realize that just because you have a great academic standing does not mean you have a good social standing. Being book smart versus being street smart are completely different things. You know, go ahead and learn your physics, your chemistry, whatever, but also learn your manners and just making sure you treat everyone equally, whether they're a janitor or a professor. Do you regret your decision? I'm actually really happy to say that I don't regret my decision whatsoever. I feel like UCLA was like the perfect fit for me, and so personally I don't regret my decision at all. Hi, UCLA is my dream school. Okay, did you take any SAT subject tests? I did not take any SAT subject tests. I think I mentioned this in my other videos that I absolutely hate standardized testing. I feel like it's a really stupid way of figuring out if someone is intelligent or not. But again, that's just my personal opinion. I did not take any SAT subject tests. Are there summer programs for high schoolers at UCLA? I don't really know about that, but there are a lot of programs available for you to join once you get into UCLA. So can you submit your application early for UCs? No, you cannot. You can't submit your application as early decision as of right now, but that may change in the future. This was another kind of long message, but basically she was asking how many semesters are in a year of UCLA, and the answer is 0 because we are not on a semester system. I believe all the UCs except for Berkeley are on a quarter system. Each quarter is 10 weeks long, and people usually take like 3 to 5 classes a quarter. I definitely don't recommend overwhelming yourself in the beginning freshman year with like 5 classes. It's just not a smart idea. Class is really condensed and it goes really fast. So say you miss 1 day of lecture, you're missing pretty much a chapter of work. So yeah, but again, it does go by quickly. So say you don't like the class for whatever reason, you don't have to deal with it for long. So it has its perks and its drawbacks. It's just something to consider. How is the party life? So if you're speaking about fraternities and sororities, I get the names so confused. Please don't come after me. The sororities do not host parties, only fraternities do. So if you want to go to a frat party and you're a girl, you're pretty much good to go. But if you're a guy, it's kind of stupid, but you need to know someone in the frat, and you need to have like connections, or they will not let you in at all, which kind of sucks. But there are a lot of like other apartment and dorm parties. I definitely don't recommend going full-on party mode in like your first few parties. Definitely know your surroundings and make sure you have a good group of friends before you do all that. But yeah, and also if you're not a huge party person, like don't worry about it. It's not a big deal, but you can always try it out, see if you like it, and if you like it, go ahead and have fun safely. And yeah, that's that. Okay guys, I have officially been filming for like almost an hour and a half, so I'm gonna make this the last question, but I know that there's so many more questions that I want to go through. So if you guys want like a part 2 of this, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and also leave a comment down below of any other questions you really want me to answer. Last question, can you make more vlog style days in your life? Your life is so interesting and inspiring. Oh, that is so sweet. What a great way to end the video. But of course I can definitely keep making more if that's something you guys want to see. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys like this video, then make sure you subscribe, because I'm sure you would like my other videos. Also be on the lookout for another version of this video where I do a Q&A with my best friends that go to other colleges, and we're just gonna make a more broad version of this video about just college in general. So be on the lookout for that video, and make sure you turn on the bell to be notified when it goes up. But yeah, overall, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!